Hi students, once again I welcome you all to my channel Abrar sir classes. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು EMI chapter ಇನ Lenz'S law ಮೇಲೆ problem ನೋಡೋಣಪ್ಪ. This is part 2 of the video. Okay, we'll be doing problems on the topic Lenz'S law. This is the first problem. What it is saying, a copper ring having a cut such that it does not form a complete loop. It is not forming a complete loop here. Okay, you can see the cut here. Okay, complete loop is held horizontally and a bar magnet is dropped through the ring with its length along the axis of the ring. Okay. The acceleration of the falling magnet is, he's asking, acceleration ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. Okay. You know it is a north pole. Okay. This conducting loop will be having north pole. Right. Okay. ಇದು complete by chance, if it is a complete conducting loop, it will be producing current, induced current. Okay, how much induced current will be? Induced current will be I induced here, I induced, but here I induced is zero. Why? Because this is cut. Okay, this conducting loop is cut here. Okay, I induced is zero. If there is no I induced, there is no mechanical force, there is no repulsive force here. F will be zero. Okay, this is the acceleration of the bar magnet. Okay, this is, let us say, m is the mass. Okay, m is the mass of the bar magnet. Acceleration is a. Okay, now here force mg will be acting. Okay, force mg will be acting, right? Okay, now here I have written here E induced is developed. No doubt E induced irutte, but I induced is zero. Why? Because it is, there is a cut here, because the loop is what? Not complete. Okay, the loop is not complete here. Okay, I induced is zero, therefore repulsive force will be zero. Now if you apply Newton's laws of motion here, Newton's laws of motion apply ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, okay, चलाने वाला फोर्स माइनस रोकने वाला फोर्स, is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass into acceleration, right? Mass into acceleration. चलाने वाला force, which is चलाने वाला force? In the direction of what? It is in the direction of what? Acceleration. In the direction of acceleration. In the direction of acceleration. Okay, now this is what? रोकने वाला force will be opposite to what? Opposite to the direction of what? Acceleration. Okay, which is चलाने वाला force? mg. Okay, mg. रोकने वाला force is nothing, zero, is equal to mass into acceleration, ma. Okay, what happens? I can write mg is equal to ma. Okay, here mm gets cancelled, chi will be equal to a, or a is equal to chi. Hope you understood this. Okay, in the previous video also we have discussed one type of problem where the loop was complete. There you got a less than g. If the loop is complete, you will be getting what? A less than g. If the loop is complete. If the loop is incomplete, you are getting a is equal to g. Okay, that is it. Okay, because if the loop is complete, you will get what? रोकने वाला force, right? Okay, you will get what? रोकने वाला force. Now, hope you understood this. The answer for this one is acceleration is equal to what? G. A is equal to G. Here I have written note. Okay. E induced is developed. I induced is 0 because loop is not complete. Because loop is not complete. Loop is not complete. No force acts on magnet. Therefore, mg is equal to ma. A is equal to G is the right answer. Now let us do the next one. Okay, this looks complicated but very easy. A bar magnet is falling freely inside a long copper tube. This is a copper tube appa. Okay, there is a copper tube here. I will just write down the diagram. I'll make it more clear. This is, this is copper tube, and a magnet is, let us say this is north pole and this is south pole. Okay, now this is copper tube. Okay, this is copper tube. Now this is a solenoid. Solenoid andre just, okay, copper solenoid. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, there is a magnet here. ಇದು ನಾರ್ತ್ ಪೋಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ಇದು ಸೌತ್ ಪೋಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Let us say this is north pole, this is south pole. Okay, there will be a what? There is a force, okay, downwards, that will be mg. Let us say m is the mass of the bar magnet, and there will be a repulsive force. There will be F repulsive. Alright, let us say m is the mass of the bar magnet, and this is A is the acceleration here. Now here what happens? In case of solenoid, again the same thing, mg will be downwards, F repulsive will be there, F repulsive. Okay, F repulsive is there. M is mass of the bar magnet and A is the acceleration. A is the acceleration. Clear explanation for this problem I have given here. For copper conductor, what is R is given by, resistance is given by R is equal to rho L by A. Okay, area is large. In case of this is what? This is what? Copper tube. This is what? Solenoid. Okay, just a coil, copper coil. Okay, copper tube andre there is a tube like this. Okay, now it is in the form of what? Shape of tube, and this is coil, solenoid. Okay, now here magnet is made to fall. Let us say this is north pole, south pole, north pole, south pole. Okay, m is the mass of the bar magnet, mg force, F repulsive A, and A F repulsive mg. Since A is large, area is large. In case of what? Copper conductor, R is less, because R is what? Inversely proportional to what? Area. Okay, therefore R is less. If R is less, I is equal to what? I is what? Will be large here. Why? Because you know that I is equal to V by R. I is what? Inversely proportional to R. If R is less, I will be large. More the I induced, more the repulsive force. More the repulsive force. Understood? Now, at some instant here, F repulsion, okay, repulsive force will be equal to what? Mg. Once if F repulsion becomes mg, A is equal to ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? 0 ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Okay, A will be 0, because चलाने वाला, okay, चलाने वाला minus रोकने वाला. Okay, what will happen? चलाने वाला is mg, understood? रोकने वाला minus F repulsive, okay, is equal to mass into acceleration. Understood? Now F repulsive will be same as what mg andre ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ? Acceleration will be 0. This is m into A will be 0. A will be 0. Acceleration is 0. That is called V is constant. If A is equal to 0, V ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಪ್ಪ? Constant ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Once if V is constant, this velocity is called what? Terminal velocity. A will be 0 in first case. In case of copper conductor, okay, in case of copper tube, acceleration is 0. Now in case of copper coil, okay, this solenoid, ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? R is equal to rho L by A. A is less, R is large. Therefore, this is what? I induce is less. If I induce is less, F repulsion is what? Less. Here, F repulsion is not equal to ಏನು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? mg ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಚಲಾನೆ ವಾಲ minus रोकने वाला is equal to mass into acceleration. Therefore, A will be less than G here. Velocity continuously increases. Okay, velocity continuously increases. Here, A will be what? Less than G agute. And here, A is equal to 0. Acceleration is equal to 0. This velocity is called terminal velocity. Okay, because V is constant, acceleration will be 0 in case of copper tube, and A is less than G in case of solenoid. Okay, 0. Okay, A is equal to 0 and A is less than G is the right answer. You can remember, in case of copper tube, A is equal to 0. In case of solenoid, A is less than G, because here F repulsion is not equal to mg. Here F repulsion is equal to mg at some instant. Okay, next problem. Now a short magnet is allowed to fall along the axis of a horizontal metallic ring starting from rest. The distance rest. Okay. You know A is equal to G pa maximum corona. Consider A is equal to, if A is equal to G. Okay, there are two cases. A is equal to G. We know that A is equal to G and A is what? Less than G. Okay, maximum A is equal to G. You know S is equal to what? Ut plus half AT square. Okay. Now here rest that term. Okay, U is 0. This is U is 0 andre 0 agutte. Okay, S is equal to half AT square agutte. Now here A is equal to G andaga S is equal to half GT square I can write. Okay, the distance, to find the distance. Yes, so S is equal to half G is how much? 10. Okay, you can write what is, how much is T in 1 second. T is equal to how much you are given? 1 second you are given. T is 1 into 1 the whole square. Okay, you get how much? S is equal to 10 by 2 andre 5 meter agutte. A is equal to G takondaga now. Okay, but here A will be less than G. Here in this problem, here A is less than G. Therefore S will be what? Less than what? 5 meter. Okay, if you consider A is equal to G, you are getting how much? S is equal to 5 meter. But in this case, a short magnet is allowed to fall along the axis of a horizontal metallic ring. Okay, they have given metallic ring. Therefore, it is a complete ring. It is a what? Complete ring. If it is complete ring, A will be what? A will be less than G. If it is cut ring, if it is what? A cut ring, at that time A will be equal to what? G. That you should know it very clearly. Therefore, the answer will be what? A. Here the distance will be what? A is, since A is less than G, the distance will be what? Less than 5 meter. Less than 5 meter in the other part. This is not there, this is not there, this is not. 4 meter is the right answer. Hope you understood this one. Okay, we'll go to the next problem. We'll see the next problem. In this problem, it is saying, in the following figure, the magnet is moved towards the coil with a speed V and induced EMF is E. If magnet and coil recede, okay. Now this is induced EMF. Okay, always induced EMF is proportional to what? Relative speed. Okay, V relative. Okay, induced EMF is proportional to what? V. Is proportional to what? V. Now here, okay, if magnet and coil recede andre idu coil ante. Okay, ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Here this is a magnet. In the second case, what is happening? Okay, it is receding like this. Okay, V hingirutte, this also like this. V. Okay, V relative ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ? How to calculate V relative? You know, you have learnt in kinematics. Okay, how to calculate V relative? V plus V, that is equal to how much? 2V. Understood? Now here E is proportional to V in case of first case. V relative is how much? V. In case of second case, it is receding. Okay, it is receding. Here earlier it is at rest, V is equal to 0 ittu. Okay, how much is V relative? V relative is V itself. Now here in the second case, it is receding, andre they are moving away from each other. Okay, V relative ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? 2V ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. At that time what happens? E dash will be proportional to 2V ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Now we are supposed to calculate what the induced EMF in the coil will be. How much? Okay. Now you take, this is 1, this is 200. Okay. How much will be? Just divide it. Okay. E dash by E. E dash by E ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ? E dash by E ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ you are going to get 2, that is E dash is equal to 2. E dash will be equal to how much? 2E is the right answer. Okay. Directly you can write, okay, E dash is equal to 2E is the right answer. Okay. In the first case, induced EMF is proportional to V. In the second case, E dash is proportional to 2V. Therefore, we are just dividing it. Okay. If you divide it, you are going to get E dash is equal to 2E is the right answer. Next one, Napa. Okay. The variation of induced EMF E with time t in a coil if a short power magnetism. We know the formula. E is equal to minus N d phi by dt. Okay. If the coil is brought here, okay, it opposes. Okay. It opposes what? The induced EMF. Okay. But the flux will be increasing. Okay. The flux will be increasing. Flux will be increasing. Therefore, you are going to get what? Negative. You are going to get what? Idu E andre kutidarappa. E is, they have given, okay, capital E, induced EMF with time t. Okay. What happens? Okay. The more the flux increases, the more the negative value increases here. Okay. The more the flux increases, if it comes near this coil, okay, of number of turns, N, where N is what? Number of turns. Okay. N is number of turns. Okay. If it is coming, if this bar magnet is coming towards what? Towards this coil. Okay. Towards, it is coming towards. Okay. There is a change in the flux increases. Okay. Therefore, the more it comes near this one, more the negative value you are going to get. Now, assume that, okay, in the first case, it is, after some time, what happens? After some time, this is north pole, south pole, this is inside, okay, inside north pole is 0, okay, 0, nothing is induced here. Now, if it is going away, the flux decreases. Flux decrease ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೈನಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಮೈನಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ EMF induced. Okay. If it is coming towards, ಅಂದರೆ flux increases. Okay. Rate of change of flux increases. Okay. What happens? Negative value is just. This is due to what? This is due to Lenz'S law. Okay. This is due to what? Lenz'S law. This whole thing is what? Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. N d phi by dt. So this is negative ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And second case it is positive ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Because the flux will be, the rate of change of flux will be what? Will be decreased. Decrease ಅಂದರೆ minus ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Minus into minus plus ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. This is the, okay, B is the right answer. Hope you understood this. Okay. Once if it is inside, there is no what? There is no relative speed. Okay. It is 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Okay. EMF induced will be 0 here. Right. Again, it increases. Okay. Hope you understood this. Now, let us see this sum. A magnet Ns is suspended from a spring, and while it oscillates, the magnet moves in and out of the coil C. Okay, this is coil C and the bar. Okay, the coil is connected to galvanometer G. Okay, then as the magnet oscillates, we know that definitely G shows deflection to the left and right with constant amplitude. No, the amplitude will not be constant here. G shows deflection in one side, wrong. G shows no deflection, this is also wrong. Okay, now G shows deflection to the left and right, but amplitude steadily decreases. This is the right answer. What happens? Okay, slowly the amplitude what? Steadily decreases. Amplitude SHM ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇದು, okay, simple harmonic motion. Amplitude decreases, steadily decreases, steadily decreases. Due to what? Due to the eddy currents. Due to the eddy currents. Due to the eddy currents which are developed in this coil. Okay. This coil produces heat. Okay. This coil produces heat. There is a loss. Okay. Loss of energy in the form of heat. Eddy currents are developed. Therefore, slowly the amplitude decreases. Okay, G shows deflection to the left and right, but the amplitude steadily decreases is the right answer. Hope you understood this. You might have enjoyed this video. Kindly share it with your friends, like it if you really like the video, subscribe for my channel, and then ask doubts in the comment box. Thank you one and all. I wish you all the best of luck.